Hi, it's Malcolm here, and in this video I am going to show you the following. A back system which was created on the 6th of the 6th 2024, which was about 3 months ago. In that time it's had 268 selections, and in that time it's had 88 points profit and a ROI of 32.89, would you believe? This video doesn't include any backfitting or back testing or whatever you want to call it, although the original system was created with backtesting, and I am going to show you how to get the selections automatically and even place the bets automatically if that was something that you wanted to do. Okay, let's get started. Okay, before we go on, a quick disclaimer, just so we know where we are. We are talking about gambling, and that comes with risk, and you could lose money, probably will lose money. So that's that line there. Please do not bet with money that you cannot afford to lose. I know none of us can afford to lose money, so we shouldn't really anyway. Please seek advice and from someone who can advise you, not me, the gambling commissioner or somebody like that, or a financial advisor. I'm not a financial advisor. And this video is for information only, and there is no way I am saying you should copy what I am showing. Okay, with that out of the way, let's carry on. Okay, so this system, I'm sorry, I'm kind of looking at the screen and looking at you at the same time. This system was put into PR ratings on the 6th of the 6th of 2024. So basically 3 months ago. Okay, it's the 2nd of the 9th today, 2024. So we've had 3 months of just about clear betting. There a couple of days. In that time, there's been 268 selections, and a lot of people often say, well, you test with 100 selections, see what happens, and then go from there. Well, in this case, we've got 268. Now, if I can explain that a little bit more, when somebody adds a system to PR ratings, it gets a timestamp, and that's why we know this system was created on the 6th of the 6th, 2024. So from then on, that system is available to everybody. Okay, and from that time onwards, you can bet on those selections if you want to. But most people would obviously watch the system for a month or two, or maybe the 100 selections before they decided to actually bet on them. So this is not me putting a system in that's backtested, and I'll show you that in a minute. This is a system that's actually been created in PR ratings, and then somebody has and then from then this is what's happened. So it's live, we can all watch it, so it's not backfitted or back tested since it's been added to the system, but it was probably backfitted before that. Okay, so 268 selections, we got a strike rate of 19.78. That's not brilliantly, that's not high, so that's why we've got strike rates of longest losing runs. That's why we've got longest losing runs of 19 and a predicted losing run of 25. We've had 88.14 points profit showing up at Betfair commission of 5%. This all includes Betfair commission at 5%. And we've averaged 29.38%. Actually quite interesting, because on the first month we had 19 points, which is pretty good anyway. But we had a low strike rate of 14.86, so we had some nice winners at 7.88. Since then, the strike rate's gone up, and the average winning odds has gone down, but still making plenty of profit. I mean, the 7th was a brilliant month as far as that was concerned. And so after 74 selections in the first month, probably people started following it. So even with people following it, it's still doing really well. Average winning odds of 6.02, that's down here. I should put an arrow on there, 6.02. And a ROI of 32.89. So but what that actually means is for every pound you've spent, you've got 32 pence back. So it's not bad, We would love a pound back for every pound we spend, but you don't. But 32% is pretty good. And so that's basically the system. Now, what I want to do next, so you got those 3 winning months just there, so you see. What I'm going to do next is show you it in PR ratings and prove, first of all, that it was put in there the 6th of the 6th. And then what we're going to do is expand the time span from 3 months to 1 year, so you get a better idea of what's happening with the system. So hold on a second while I set that up. Now, for obvious reasons, I'm not going to show you the actual system because that's PR Ratings people. They have that. You can. I'll show you how you can join PR Ratings and get the system. But what we're going to do is going to go down, and this is actually a year. So if we look at it now, we're talking about a year's worth of results, which is quite good because it shows us that it's not a perfect system. It has losing months, but it's pretty much held up to a 20 plus points a month, even though it's had a couple of losing systems here and there. The longest losing run is a bit more at 21. The highest bank drawdown is 30.34. Strike rate is up slightly at 20.02, so we're slightly down on strike rate. 320 points profit, and that ROI is not bad as well. That's pretty close. I should really use those arrows. That ROI is pretty good there, and an average winning odds of 58.89, which I think is a little bit less than what we saw before. 32.89. So yeah, but hardly anything. The predicted losing run has probably gone up a little bit, so expect that. And again, longest losing runs normally put people off systems because you could come here today and see this profit, and then it could have 21 losers in a row, and all the time you'll be going, no, this system doesn't work, this system doesn't work, and that's it. And then it could probably start winning again, but you don't know what's going to happen next with the system. So that's that. Now if we I'll just log that off again. If we go up to the here, you can see this is when this quick back, that's the name of the system, was put in on the 6th of the 6th 2024. So as I said, all systems are time stamped, and so whenever a system is added and shared, because people can share them here, they can save them to their own system, share them, they can even unshare them if they want to. So I always suggest for people, if you see a system you like, save it to run it and save it to your own shares, and then that way it doesn't matter if somebody unshares it, you've still got a copy of it. But you can see that was time stamped, date stamped I should say, on the 6th of the 6th 2024. Okay, so there are a few selections today. So PR Ratings also gives you the selections daily, and when you load a system in, there'll be a couple of links here. There'll be a bot link so that you can use it with a bot, which I will show you in a minute, and there is a selection link that when you click it, you'll get the selections for today, and they're the selections for today. Okay, so and as I said, this is the 2nd of the 9th 2024, so you can always check back and see if they did anything. They could all lose, that wouldn't be unusual. So yeah, we go back and we'd get a link. So far this system is really good. I will tell you that it's not using a lot of filters. It's very low on filters, actually, probably 4 or 5. There's a couple in there that I'm not sure about myself, but it seems to work, and I wouldn't for one touch it. So the next thing to do is, can we automate this? Now if you go to greyhorsebot.co.uk, I will show you. You can actually get the bot, but you can also get PR Ratings free as well. Now that you can buy it on its own at or you can subscribe to it on its own at $19.99, and there'll be a link in the description below about that. But you can also get it free as a bonus with Grey Horse Bot. Now Grey Horse Bot subscription is cheap on the first month, £17, but it does go up to £27 a month after that. Or you can buy a 6 months or a year subscription, which is a bit lower. So what I'm going to do is show you in the bot exactly how that happens, or how you can use it with the bot to do it automatically. So if I get a bot, okay, so we now got a Grey Horse Bot. Now we get a link, as I said, with that system, and what you do is you go to session server tips, and you add the link, the full link, this isn't the full link, in here, okay? And then when you add that, it would automatically create the selections. So I'm going to paste my link in. So when you paste anything into this box, you can just delete what's in there, which is a good idea. So you can control all and delete or whatever. And then you paste your link in like so. And then all you do, this needs to be enabled, but you can't paste that link in unless it's enabled. What you want to do is make sure you use my option settings, because you don't want to use anything in that link apart from the tips. All the rest of the options are set up in Grailspot, and I'll show you that in a moment. So for the time being, you just do that. Okay. Then we're going to go to the option screen, because we don't have to do anything else. We don't need the market screen or to add markets, because the link is going to do that. All we need to do now is set the option screen. So we'll just go to that. Okay, so what we're going to do is, first of all, we're going to add a trigger range of 9. Sorry, we're on the back settings actually. We don't want to do that. 999 1.0, because that's what we're on. You can set your stake from 10 pence to whatever you want. So, I'll just leave it at that for the moment. Okay, stop at profit. We just want to keep going. But we might want to stop at a loss. Now, obviously, we know this is going to have 20, could have 20 losers in a row. So you have to kind of decide where you're going to go with this. Okay, so if you were doing pounds, you might want to go £23 maximum that you're going to back until it stops the bot. Or if you're doing 10 pence, it's £2 something or other. So, but I'm just going to leave it at £10, and it doesn't really matter in my case. It's a testing account. You need to change this to horses. Just leave everything else. You don't need to do anything else. And I would leave that unticked so that you can see daily how much it's losing or winning or whatever. That's fine. I'm not going to suggest staking, because there's quite a lot of losers here. And there is possibly a 1-up scenario where you can increase your stake by 1. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but that's going to get quite expensive. So I wouldn't suggest that at all. But there are some possibles that you could probably do, but it's a lot of losers to put up with if you're going to start thinking about that kind of thing. So I'm not going to mention staking. We're not doing trading, so we don't have to worry about those. So next thing we do is go to session, and you need to set a session bank, which is part of your normal bank. The thing to remember here is Betfair doesn't know that you're setting a session bank. This is only for the bot. So if you run out of money in the bot, it will stop. So, I'm going to put £20 in the session bank. Start betting. Well, we could, because we're not really worried about the price, we want the best price possible. Not on this version, on the 5.18 version of this bot, you can actually use BSP. So it will back. So you could do that, or just do 10 seconds before the race, or whatever you want to do. If you're going to do it before the race, use sure odds, because then that will put a bet. In fact, we're not going to get selections at 9, so I would put in Betfair don't always like seeing you using 999 in bots, so I would put something like 800 there. Sorry, you probably won't have anything that big. But it's it's worth doing. So 800, something like that. As I said, use sure odds, because what would happen is that the bot will put a bet in at 10 pence at 800. Okay, so whatever the current price, you're not going to get matched at 800, which was really sad. But what will actually happen is Betfair will match you at the current best price. Okay, so we don't need a lay setting, so don't worry about that. And if you're really worried about lay setting, just put 1.10 and then put 01 in there. The bot will not bet because on lays, because I'll get it in a minute, because the link shows it's a back bet, and I'll show you that in a minute. We're not going to go in play. There's no point, because we're going to get matched before. There's no reason for ladder stakes or Dutch in. Nothing to do with non-runners in this particular system, because that's actually sorted beforehand in PR ratings, so you don't have to worry about that. And we're not using any of the horse format in this particular case either. Okay, so that is it. Basically, that's all. Make sure that's horse. Make sure you've got your back settings and the price and everything, and basically the session. And then all you do is, I don't know if you could see this down here, but there's an OK button, so we'll click that. OK, so all we now have to do is click start, and the races will come down. Now, there were more races, but I'm not doing this early enough to show you all the races, so the bots only found the races that it was meant to get. And that's basically how you do it. So if you're interested in using this system, then I put a link in the description to PR ratings and the Grail spot, so you can decide which one you prefer to use if you decide to use it. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and I'll tell you about other systems that we have as time goes on. Okay, thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye bye.